Period.
Get ready for America's #1 funny man. What? Hey. Make some noise. Ladies and gentlemen, from LA to New York, Chicago to Mississippi, let's give it up for America's #1 funny man, Rodney.
What up, party people? It's your boy Rodney Perry, and you are tuned in to Rodney Perry Live. Big ups to Michael Sean and the Takeover Legends. Great show today. They're putting a button on this whole thing with the McDonald's baby mama. We're doing a little extra research over here. What's up, Sheila? Welcome. Super excited about the show today. A lot of good folks coming in. A lot going on. We got a lot to unpack in this first hour, and then the second hour going to be equally as crazy. I cannot wait. I'm chomping at the bit. Welcome to the show. Miss Shani Scott, how are you, sis?
Good morning. I'm great. Can't complain.
You look happy.
I am. I'm in a happy place.
Now, you know what I noticed about you and I with this whole McDonald's thing is we agree for different reasons.
Yeah.
Your reason is like, and you tell me if I'm wrong, your reason is like, well, you tell me your reasoning.
As an adult, I think you should consider the kids. It really don't matter what you got going on with the other adult. Okay, let's do what we need to do concerning these children, and don't do things to put children in certain positions. Some stuff is unnecessary. You don't have to do. I'm not saying that he's not responsible for all her kids. He's only responsible for his. But as the adult,
no kids should suffer.
Yeah, don't do that to the kids. Don't do that to them.
And my opinion on the other side is just on some man shit. You do this is what men do. Men help if they can, and quite frankly, I think you're less of a man if you let the rest of those kids go without helping. And that was my reality, raising my son. My son was the youngest kid, and it was very similar to this story. And when I would pick him up, if I didn't have it, I would scoop him up. And her saying you can't scoop up the kid is the issue for me, because you can always go with your daddy. You know what I mean? And so that was the issue for me. But other than that, I think that you just got to do your part for children in general, and I'm a big proponent of that. And but I felt like I felt more in control today in terms of, just not get into an argument over it, because it just does nobody a service.
Yeah. Or either he could sit down with the kids, since his kid is the youngest. They're going through the change too since they broke up. So have a conversation with them. You don't have to say, well, I'm gonna do for him and not for y'all, but just have some type of conversation to give them closure, because kids are resilient. And
Well, how about this? Stay right there, Shady Scott. How about this? I understand the young lady is not real.
It is looking that way. It's looking that way. We've done some research.
I said it yesterday, though, for the record. I said, this sounds fake to me. I mean, I deal with these improv dudes all the time, and I'm like, yo, this just feels too tailor-made.
What's that noise?
I have no idea.
Oh, you know what the noise is? That noise is that was me because I was pulling up a TikTok page. I'm like, what's that noise?
All right. Welcome to the show. My co-host for the day, the real Selena J. On a Thursday. How you doing, sis?
What up, though, Rodney? Hey, Shiny. It's good to see your face again. Y'all are looking nice, gorgeous, handsome.
Thank you. You are too. Glasses popping. I like the little.
I like those. That's really nice.
Dragonfly in the middle.
Yeah, these are $49.99.
Okay, $49.99. Where?
TheRealSelenaJ.com.
Hey, Trent.
I love it. I love it. Love it. All right, y'all, let's get to the show. My name is Rodney Perry. You're tuned in to Rodney Perry Live. I asked Chucky to come in as our legal expert to get into some of the legal stuff that's happening on the landscape out there. Welcome to the show, Chucky the Troll.
Chucky the Troll.
What's up? What's up? How's it going?
It is great, man. Big news hit the streets last night.
Yeah, well, it hit the streets before last night.
Well, yeah, true. It hit the streets some time ago. But R. Kelly caught 30 years, man.
Yep.
Can unpack to me because he's charged with racketeering. Mm-hmm. He's charged with sexual misconduct.
Sexual misconduct. He got 8 counts. He got 8 counts of a sexual misconduct, and then just 1 count of racketeering. But most of that 30 years is simply for the racketeering charge.
Really?
Yeah, yeah, and so that's very unique.
If it's just the sex by itself, he's out in 10.
Maybe 8 to 10. And of course, you know, as we're talking about this, he definitely can appeal it, and his attorney already said that they would. So there's definitely going to be a reduction in the amount of time. Don't know how much, but I would assume that it'll probably be somewhere between 12 to 18 years versus 30 upon appeal if he's granted an appeal.
Wow. Mm. Okay, so but it's not over because there's another case pending too.
Yep. So he has another case in New York that's been going on, as well as some things that are happening in Chicago. So in some instances, they can join all of these cases together, and these they didn't, just because of the statute of limitations of both individual cases. So he definitely has some more time that he's facing or could potentially be facing.
Wow, this is scary for me, and I'm not ever gonna sexually abuse nobody. But when you see the book get thrown at a guy with all these resources, you're like, what recourse will I have with no resources?
Yeah. So definitely stay out of trouble. That's the first place. That's the first piece of recourse you got, is to stay your ass out of trouble. But when you do get in trouble, you definitely want to not deal with minors. It's pretty simple.
Right. Wow.
Yeah.
So you're saying that that he does have the right to appeal. Well, if granted an appeal, he'll be able to appeal that time.
He can appeal the time. He can appeal the judgment as well. So they'll first start substantively with the judgment. So they're saying that some of the witnesses and some of the evidence should not have been able to be entered into the record, which is typically what you're going to see an attorney file an appeal based on the procedure first. And then if it's not the procedure, it's going to be based on the substance if that's not granted. So the substance would be that this crime does not match the time. I believe for this particular crime, they have a minimum maximum statute, which in a lot of cases and in a lot of the cases that involve the Black community, i.e. drugs and sex crimes, they have statutory minimums and maximums. And that's really why people say that people are throwing the book at people at that point, because it's basically on the books that no matter what you've done, if you meet the elements of the crime, that judge has to give you that amount of time.
Wow. So unpack this for me, Charlie. Racketeering. I've only heard that in reference to like mafia.
Yep. So racketeering is primarily a money case. So typically you'll see the feds or the state government are coming in, they're looking at agencies that are cleaning money through different businesses. So if you look at Power and you saw how they were cleaning the money through the daycare, that's typically where you'll see a racketeering case. Now, attorneys and DAs have become creative, and they're now using racketeering as it relates to other crimes because there's the element of money that's involved in it. So they take that element of money and movement, and they make that achieve the elements of racketeering. So racketeering is really when you're doing something that's illegal that involves money. And we've normally seen those crimes and things that are like drugs, and now you're seeing them in more non-conventional things. So if you've heard about the case with the rappers right now,
in Atlanta,
they have a racketeering scheme because there's an element of money in that crime. And racketeering is an easy case to prove. Very simple elements, and typically if those elements are achieved, the case is easy to prove, and it has long sentencing time periods.
Wow. So he could end up catching this racketeering charge for real.
Yeah. So that's what the judgment was. Most of the majority of that time was for the racketeering. The reason that they did racketeering is because there was an element of money involved where he was providing for the women, allowing the women to receive money, and they were solely dependent upon him to live their lifestyles when they were there. So it again, racketeering typically you don't see it in these types of cases.
I mean, by virtue of that, I'm a racketeer. I'm taking care of all these Perry girls.
Okay.
But you're not having sex with them.
You're not having sex.
I'm having sex with that one up there, the oldest one. I'm a racketeer with my wife. Damn it. Oh, I'm going down. Shotty Scott, you got a question for Charlie before we get him out of here?
Are we only talking about R. Kelly?
He's pretty well versed on everything that's out right now.
Okay. Well, here the question came up with the Roe versus Wade overturn. So maybe you can shed some light on it, because the men have asked, well, what can we do to help? I gave my opinion, but what's yours?
Yeah, absolutely. So Roe versus Wade definitely was a case that has been on the books for years. I think the substantive matter as it relates to this new judgment is we didn't as a community do enough in response to one, Obama not being able to allow his Supreme Court nominee to be brought before the Senate and brought before the Judiciary Committee and be approved. We definitely as a community should have fought harder to have Obama be able to replace that seat. And then as a result of that, we did allow Donald Trump to do something which is unprecedented, which is seat 3 Supreme Court nominees, and then for those people to become Supreme Court judges. So we're in a difficult spot right now as a community because that court is definitely conservative. It's going to be a 6-3 on everything right now. And even with the retiring of the justice that's retiring and Ketanji Brown going on the court, it doesn't change the dynamic of the court being 6-3. So as a community, what can men do? So this is just the first thing that's coming down. As things move through the pipeline and things are going to be redecided by that court, we've already heard from Justice Thomas, he's coming for everything else versus interracial marriage because he's married to a white woman. So, I mean, as a community, we really need to focus on this from a local and national level. So that's why it's so important to go out and vote, because probably what happens, much like Roe versus Wade, a lot of these decisions are going to go back to the states. So conservatives look at the Constitution as written. So when they wrote that Constitution in the 1800s, what they're basically saying is that document is not a living document. Whatever they said in that document is exactly what we're going to do. Anything outside of that, we feel should be decided on a state-by-state basis.
Wow.
Whereas liberals think it's a living document. As things change, the decisions need to be made by decision makers. So unless, sounds terrible, but unless some of these people start dying on the Supreme Court, we're deadlocked. It's going to be a 6-3 moving forward for at least. And a lot of the people that, the 3 people that Trump appointed to the court.
They're young.
They're young. They're in their 40s and 50s. So they're not going anywhere. So right now we are waiting on Clarence Thomas to break down.
Wow, that's really interesting, man. I mean, we've seen the overturning Roe versus Wade. What's next?
Yeah, so Clarence Thomas referenced a number of things. He referenced contraception.
Gay marriage.
He represents gay marriage. So that's definitely something that can come up again if any of these cases that are on the state level move into the federal system and then they go through their eastern or their southern districts up to the Supreme Court, they can reverse all of that. And much like Roe versus Wade, it can potentially do a couple of things. They can abolish it completely because they were the governing body that said it, or they can turn it back to a state by state issue, which typically will happen. He also referenced contraception. So you can see things like Plan B and condoms and other things that prevent children from being born through sexual acts come off the shelves. So right now you'll see like Walgreens and CVS are limiting the number of contraceptions that you can buy at one time because people are stockpiling them in anticipation of that happening. So if you go in your Walgreens or your CVS and you try to buy a Plan B right now, I think the limit is 3.
Really? So if I had the forethought last year, I could have stockpiled and then be slinging them up.
But forget Bitcoin. You need to be buying Plan B right now.
Wow. Dog. Selena J, the real Selena J, you got anything for Charlie before you let him go?
Well, I just wanted to say that if R. Kelly, if they bring up them other cases, he already got 30, and him and his lawyer trying to come in and reduce the 30. When they get done with the other stuff, they're gonna be back at 40.
Yeah. So it depends. So cases are a little bit different. It depends on what your venue is, whether it's state or federal. So in some cases are concurrent. So that means that he's going to have to serve that time on top of each other. Some, they say that they have to serve the time back to back. So it just depends on what the judge and what venue they're in. And of course, he's going to get credit for the time he already served because he wasn't convicted, but he was held. So I think that's somewhere around 3.5 years total time that he served. That's not gonna even put a dent in that 30.
That ain't.
Yep. But if he also, it's like if he does good in there, and it depends on where he's put in jail. If those systems are overcrowded, the time can be reduced for that as well.
Because this is all federal time, though, right?
Yep, but we're saying in lots of jails, especially with a federal crime, it's much easier for you to get out of jail earlier than a state crime. So he can have some reduction of time due to the crowding of jail, and they look at the severity of the case. And typically, if a person has just been injured and they haven't died, or it hasn't been a heinous act, which this probably would consider as a heinous act. I don't remember. I think it was 8 people alleged in this particular case. They look at all of that to see if there can be a reduction of time because the jails are overcrowded right now.
Wow. Hey, Charlie, thank you so much for coming on, man. You gave us some real perspective on this. This is crazy. Thank you, bro. I appreciate you.
No problem, guys.
Let's do this, Shani. Let's take a break. We come back, more Rodney Perry Live.
Mental health includes our emotional, psychological, and social well-being. It affects how we think, feel, and act. It also determines how we handle stress, relate to others, and make choices. Mental health is important at every stage of life, from childhood and adolescence through adulthood. Hi, I'm Shawty Scott, and I want you to join me Friday, July 1st, 6 p.m. for the M3 Awareness Gala, brought to you by Marsha's Mental Movement. This will take place at the Majesty Event Center, located at 900 West Bow Street in Tyler, Texas. Attire for the event is all black formal, and you can purchase your tickets now on eventbrite.com by searching M3 All Black Gala. That's the M3 Awareness Gala, Friday, July 1st at 6 p.m. at the Majesty Event Center in Tyler, Texas.
Eva Marie smoked 12,000 packs of cigarettes over 15 years. She quit, and now there's a new lung cancer screening that could save her life. You stopped smoking. Now start screening. No matter how much you smoked, early detection could save you. Talk to your doctor or learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Hey, party people, it's your boy Rodney Perry. You're tuned in to Rodney Perry Live. The name of the show is my name. Let's do this. Shout out to Latrice Harris. Thank you for coming in today. Pamela Martin, Mona Bold, Teresa Bryant. Man, I see you, Jack Ismail, Diane Williams, Kenny Crawford, Eleanor. Man, we got a full house today. Trendsetters in the building. They must have heard that my guest is here. We got to, hey, stay right there, pause. We're coming to you in a couple of minutes. Join me on camera, the real Selena J. Join me on camera, Shani Scott on the air.
What up, dog?
Let's bang through some of this current events. Let's see. Did y'all see Serena Williams get her butt whooped the other day? So this was a big deal. This was her comeback, her first time playing tennis since she had the baby. She made the comeback, but she got beat in straight sets against this young lady that was ranked like 15th in the world, which these people she would dispose of easily. So the question came up, should Serena retire? Right? What are y'all thoughts? Serena Williams, she's been kicking butt in tennis for, almost 30 years. Should she retire? Shani Scott.
That's her decision. I mean, she's Serena. I mean, what else she got to prove? She ain't got nothing else to prove. She's going to lose every match. She's Serena. What? I mean, what?
Right. I think she's still competitive, but I definitely agree with that. The real Selena J. Thoughts?
Yeah, Selena J. Serena. She should be who she want to be. If she want to stay in there till she 70 and she could really, hit it. Because, it's a lot of people that's in their 80s and 70s. They look good. So I think she should stay.
The article I read said she should call it a day. She's already made $260 million. She made $45 million last year without playing no tennis.
Why don't we ask Positive K? Why don't we bring him in the conversation?
Positive K got to wait.
Right. Let him wait.
I got something for him. You stay right there, Positive K.
But we got a time schedule that we got to stay on too. So that's why I'm like.
Oh, I got Positive K at 20 today, don't I?
Yes.
I do. Yes. My bad, Paz. I'll bring you up in a couple seconds. And she's also a minority stake owner in the Miami Dolphins. All right, perfect. Let's do this. What's up, Ismail? Let's bring up Paz. Y'all get out of here, ladies.
He's kicking us out.
I gotta go. Ladies and gentlemen, hip hop royalty, the legendary one himself, Positive K. How are you, sir?
I'm great. No complaints, man. No complaints, man. It's good to see you.
Hey, man. Before T.I. decided to get into comedy, Positive K did. And I would even venture to say you were embraced way more than T.I. I mean, we love you. Comedians love Positive K. Why do you think that is, bro?
Well, I mean, hey, I like T.I. myself. I'm embracing him. You know what I'm saying? I want to see him keep on going and doing what he's doing. I want to do it together. You know what I'm saying? Let's get on the road and let's make it happen. But I think T.I. just came at a different level. I came in from the ground floor. I just wanted to be like one of the guys. I took my time. I stood online. Wait for them to call my name. I got bumped. Hey man, we can't get you
that matters though. That matters, Paz, man.
Yeah.
I mean, you are a brother, man, and you didn't try to circumvent nothing, and that's dope to me.
Yeah. I was in the pits. I was in the pits with the other guys and the new guys coming up, and hey man, they like you. Hey man, it's a couple of jokes. Hey, we ain't feeling it. Come off the stage, and I sat there, and I put the work in. And I think people respected that. Comedians like yourself, the Marvin Hunters, the Zoo Man Millers, all the guys who helped me out along the way, and say, hey man, do this, do that, work on this, and I got good advice from good guys too, so.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're talking to Positive K. Dude, you a legend, man.
That's what the head say. That's what the head say.
I had to stop and go, Positive K is my friend.
Yes.
It's crazy.
Yes.
Dude, you got hit records. Talk to me about your career, man, and just navigating it so easy the way you have, man. Talk to me about how you've been able to do that.
It was always up and down for me, man. It was never an easy road for me. I guess for anybody who tell this story, it wasn't never an easy road, but I was always independent. I always came from independence. My first deal was with Independence, with MC Light's dad, and Milk and Giz and those guys with Top Billing. It was an independent. I left from there. I went independent, and then when I finally got my deal with a major company, I was independent, and then I did my own promotions. One of the first artists to ever do his own promotions.
Really?
I helped break Wu-Tang, first record, Protect Your Neck, and also Outkast. And really did a lot of work on Outkast. So the first time they were ever seen on the national TV was with me. So. Yeah,
dude, that is so awesome to me, man, Paz, man, and you created some records that people listen to, the soundtrack to our lives, man. What's your man got to do with me?
Better believe
it. Yo, talk to me about like making a hit record, man. Do you know it's a hit when you first hear it?
Listen, you put your best foot forward, man. You pray to your higher power. If the wine is right and the moon is right, that thing hits, but we never know. We all knew what it was. We'd all be multi-millionaires and billionaires, but you put your best foot forward, you follow your gut and you say, this is it. But I knew that song was going to do something for me because that was the one song, I mixed it so much. I think maybe about a quarter of my recording budget mixing that record. I flew guys in from London to mix. I flew a whole bunch of people in to touch that record, man. I think probably about 10 major producers helped me do like a version to it, and I just like mixed everything down and pulled everything in together to make that one song.
Wow, man, that's so dope, man. And you're still making records. You dropped a joint. You dropped a joint last year. You got stuff in the can right now. Talk to me about creating in this climate of social media.
Listen, man, it's an easier thing to do. I mean, I don't need a whole team anymore. You don't have to spend, spending $50,000, $50K and send somebody to the radio and all that. I mean, bottom line is you can break the record yourself. There's no excuses. I tell new artists, there's no excuses anymore. You got your YouTubes, you got your own social media, you got your own people, your friends, your family. It's just so many outlets that you can just, groups that you can just join and, and post your stuff. There's too many ways to get it out here right now. So I have no complaints. It's fun to do because now I got to hit a button and hey, I hit out 100,000 people and, in a post, so that's great.
Wow, man, so awesome, bro. You're doing something, man, that I want to commend you for publicly. I know you're taking care of your parents.
Yes.
And dude, man, I take my hat off to you because I know that's a difficult thing. And dude, God bless you. Because I know nobody says anything about the caregivers.
Yes.
And you're a caregiver, man. Talk to me about taking care of your parents, bro.
Both of my parents are 81. They were living in South Carolina, and my mother was diagnosed with dementia, and she's about in her third stages right about now. So she's like nonverbal, and she's not mobile. So somebody has to be home all the time to kind of move her around. So it makes it very hard for me to go on the road and do shows, and I get very concerned and very worried when I'm on the road. Like my nightmare is if I come back, if I'm on the road and something happens and I just can't get here, you know what I'm saying? That's like my nightmare, man. But like I said, man, I put it in my higher power's hand, and I keep my faith and I just keep doing what I'm doing and do my good shows. But they're both 81. My dad he's pretty much solid. He thinks he's the Bishop Don Juan of the senior center. So he goes down to the senior center. I don't know what's wrong with old guy. Why do they put on so much cologne? I mean, I can taste him before when he comes down the hall. I'm like, what? Do you got to use the whole bottle?
Wow.
Yeah, but Mom, she's a sweetheart. She has great days, man. I got a wonderful little crew of home health aides. They've been with me for about 3-4 years now. You know, I mean, I've been through a lot now. I must have fired at about 200 or 300. But I got like 2 ladies right now, man, that like they treat my mother just as good as I would. So
yeah. And you know what? That's everything, man. Yes. I had to take care of my mother at the end, and everybody, that job don't mean nothing to them.
Yeah.
And it's a valuable job, and it's just you trusting somebody when you can't be there, and that's a big deal.
That's right. That's right.
Man love, man respect. Talk to me about this, dog. Positive K. In an era where cats ain't being positive. You know what I'm saying? Like, to choose a name that speaks volumes to who you are. Talk to me about that, bro. The word Positive K, man. That is so powerful to me, man. And I think that's why you still around creating right now.
Yeah. Positive K came from me being a part of the 5% Nation years and years ago. It's short for positive knowledge. You know what I'm saying? That's what it was. And that was the big thing. You know, either part of the Zulu Nation or you part of the 5%, or, you know, everybody was Muslim at the time. I mean, still is. Don't get me wrong. I'm still a member. I'm just saying, you know, I've evolved, I've grown, and a lot of things are present in my life. But that's what it came from, being positive knowledge. And if it wasn't for that, I mean, who knows where I would have been? Because we were talking about justice, justice, peace, and equality. You know, that's what we were doing when I was young. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that kept me around. I could have easily been in somebody's penitentiary. You know what I'm saying? I could have easily been killed in the streets, because I definitely was running out there. But you know, that thing kind of saved my life, and you know, all praises for that.
Hey, man, you have been a fly on the wall throughout history, whether it's hip hop or R&B. Can you share with us some of the legends? And while you're doing that, I'll bring my co-host back on, and Shani Scott on there. Who are some of the legends you brushed with over the years?
Oh man, number one, my biggest and my favorite one is Big Daddy Kane. That's my guy. He got me and Jay-Z, and he took us on the road. He got me first, and then he brought Jay-Z on in, and he took us on the road and introduced it to his whole audience. And
did you have any idea that Jay-Z would become Jay-Z?
Oh, we knew he was good. You know what I'm saying? But you know, he's one of the crew, and everybody was fighting for that slot. You know what I'm saying? And Kane would say, "Listen, man, whoever wins the night can go last." You know, because going last was that was the big thing. You wanted to go last. You didn't want to go first. You know, when Kane passed you the mic. You know, so just gotta say that you know, I was going last all the time. You know.
Yo, that is so dope, man. Who else, Paz? Who else?
You know, okay, it was Kane. The next was Aretha Franklin. That was the biggest thing for me, man. Yeah.
Wait a minute. You knew Aretha Franklin?
What? Hung out with Aretha. What? Yes. She brought me in for a birthday party. I forgot what year it was. What was a birthday party? I forgot what it was. 60-something, I think it was, but it was in Detroit, and she rented out this big mall, and she hated rap music. She didn't like rap music, but she said, "There's one guy I like, and his name is Positive Cat." And it was so funny because she called my office, had an office in Harlem, and my mother used to work in there. She said, I just got off the road. My mother said, Aretha Franklin called. I said, "Ma, please stop answering the phone. People are cranks. People are crazy. Now you're going to think somebody's don't open these doors in here for nobody else. When you in here, you make sure that somebody's here with you. Don't be answering these phones after a certain hour." She said, "It sounded like it was her." I said, "Ma, how would you know how Aretha Franklin sound?" You know what I'm saying? So next thing I know, I go home that night, and I'm watching Good Morning America early that morning, and she was on Good Morning America. And she was talking about rap music. I said, "Do you like rap, Aretha?" She said, "Not really, but this one guy, Positive K." And she said, "What your man got to do with me?" I said, "Oh my God, I was Aretha on the phone. We hung up on Aretha." But she brought me out, man, to Detroit, man. She showed me so much love. I mean, according to Bobby Womack, it was something else. Because it was Bobby Womack, Sarah Dash, the Duke Ellington Band, and myself. And that's what we were doing. And we brought our party in. you know, and her family.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah. She sent me so much flowers, man. I had to change my hotel room. She sent me candies, champagne, chocolates.
Hold on, Positive K.
Exotic chocolates, man. I mean, yeah.
Are you telling me? I mean, you're not saying what I think you're saying.
Yeah, man. Well, according to Bobby Womack, you know, according to Bobby, that's what Bobby said. And,
so wait, Aretha was trying to holler?
She tried to respect to the queen. But she was like, Bobby said, you know, she played a joke on me. He was like, man, go over there, man, dance with Aretha. I said, man, she don't want to dance with me. He said, man, he said, look around. He said, look around. He said, who don't belong here?
Yo, if you think you're lonely, wow.
He said, go over there, man. He said, go over there. He said, man, and call her Risa. She like that. I said, Risa. He said, you call her Risa. I said, okay. So I go over there, start talking to her, I start dancing with her. So I said, I don't know, what should I call you? Should I call you Miss Franklin? Should I call you Aretha, Risa? And she just stopped, dead stop. She stopped and looked at me, man, gave me the evil eye, and she turned around, looked at Bobby, and he's over there slapping his knee, laughing. whatever Risa was, she didn't want to be called that. And you keep on messing with Bobby, he gonna get you in trouble. She grabbed my hand and took me on the dance floor. Me and Aretha cut a rug.
Yeah, I love that, man.
Yeah, we hung out all night long, and she was really sweet, very wonderful. And you know, but according to Bobby, he's like, man, you don't belong here. You think you know why? He said, you are the gift.
You are the gift, dude. Tell me you talk about this on stage.
Yeah, no. Matter of fact, I haven't. I do a lot of interviews, but I've never really been to that on stage. You know.
Man, dog, we need to get together.
Telling me that though. Thanks, Dave.
We need to get together. That's who else in the world gonna have that story other than you?
Nah, yeah, that's there. You're right.
Wow, that's incredible, man. What's next, Positive K?
Got a new song dropping this week. I got 2 songs coming out. Matter of fact, I got one dropping. Matter of fact, this week coming up. It's called "Get It Done," and the other one is called "You Better." You know what I'm saying? Nobody loves you better than I do. So yeah. So that comes out at the top of August. But it's gonna be a little warm summer. I'm gonna be working, and I got shows going. I got the Punchline. I'm doing it the 21st. Doing the Punchline myself, Henry Welch, my partner D'Amico Henderson, Sunshine.
I saw that's coming down the pipe.
Yeah. We'll be at the Punchline. I'm doing a boat ride in New York City on the 28th. I'm doing Whiskey a Go-Go on Hollywood and Sunset, and Cali on the 9th. You know, so I'm probably go down the street and hit the Laugh Factory while I'm out there. You know what I'm saying? And put a little work in, do a little, rapping comedy at the same time. So
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that, ladies and gentlemen. Hip hop legend, man, Positive K. Thank you so much for coming on, bro.
Thanks for having me, man. You know how I feel about you. My respect for you, man, goes a long way, man. You know that.
Wow, mad love, mad respect. I gotta get Kane on now. You mentioned Kane. I gotta get Kane.
Oh, he love it. He'll love it.
Yeah. We both Virgos, so we celebrated birthdays together before. So I'm gonna reach out to him and get him to come on.
Yeah, get him on there, man. He's hilarious too, man. He's a funny guy, man. He got some real good stories.
Oh my God, great stories.
He can tell you some good stories about me and Jay-Z, I guarantee you.
Really? Wow. Hey, Paz, man, I can't thank you for coming on. Let's bring on my co-host, Shiny Scott, Jerry the Great, the real Selena J. We're on with Positive K. I can't just hog the conversation. Do y'all got anything with Positive before we get out?
I do. I just want to say, sometimes you never know who you really gonna meet, and I'm from that era, where you came from too. And man, I'm sitting up here and backstage like just grinning, like, oh my God, I can't believe we talking we ain't together, but I feel your vibe through here, Positive K. I feel it.
You coming at me like Aretha Franklin, I think.
You call Aretha, she don't like
you. You are the prize.
I had a quick question for her. What was your hand placement on her? Was it back? Was it booty?
I was doing a Ray Charles. I had it by the wrist. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, insane. Shady Scott on there. You got anything with Positive K?
So did she ask you what your girl got to do with her? I mean,
nah, she was cool. I'm telling you, she was good. I mean, she was like, hey, she seen me talking to a couple of ladies there, and I called her evil eye about 2 times, and I just stopped. The one thing, you don't want the queen. Listen, the lady who brought you there, you don't want to do that. You dance with the person who brought you to the party. That's what my mama told me.
How many roses you had in your room, dog?
Look, man, I had to change. Listen, I had to donate them, man. She had to come from the time I got in. She kept sending them, and I got bad allergies, and I couldn't stay in the room. I had to change the room. Yeah, the room was flooded. They was on the bed, everything.
What did you eventually say to her?
I told her, give it to a shelter, put him downstairs in the lobby. I couldn't take it.
What did you eventually say to her? Like, how did this fizzle out?
I don't know. I mean, we talked over the night. She introduced me to all her sons and whatnot, and I mean, it was really like a real first date. I was a fish out of water. I mean, I'm with the Queen of Soul. You know what I'm saying? The Duke Ellington band's in there. Sarah Dash is in there. Bobby Womack is here laughing in my ear, drinking way too much Hennessy.
Man,
so I was bugging out. He sang Harry Hippie. I mean, I was like, I don't know what's going on here. Like, what's happening?
Dude, this is the story to end all stories.
It was a great night. It was a great night. She decked the place out too. She had this whole lobby of this mall with these ice sculptures and champagne and chocolate flowing. It was incredible.
Well, she was going to put some things on you. She was going
Right.
to get you pregnant.
Again, Positive K on the Rodney Perry Live, man. Thank you so much for coming on, man. I really appreciate you, Paz.
Thanks for having me, man. I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, let's take a break. We come back. It's time for the morning quickie. I hope y'all ready for this. It's going to be crazy.
What up, y'all? It's Michael Sean, and I know you want to be a podcaster. You want a successful podcast. You want to give your views and opinions, but you just don't know how to do it correctly. That's why you got to hit up ShawneeScott.com. You want to be on radio, and you want to know how to build your radio career. ShawneeScott.com. She's done all of this. I've worked alongside her for years, and I will tell you the information that she can give you is on a value level that I can't even put a price on it. All you have to do is go to ShawneeScott.com. Your future, right now. That's it. Michael Sean. Yeah.
What up, y'all? It's your boy Rodney Perry. You tuned in to Rodney Perry Live. If you want to follow somebody and they show you how to ride, this is the lady you want to follow. Lady, you got bad knees, trying to figure out what to do. This lady will show you what to do. Welcome to the show. We call her segment the Morning Quickie. She's got the sun cascading off her face right now. Show some love for Miss Sherelle E. Thomas.
Hello, great morning. I was trying to move so you guys can see me better, but the sun, I just can't get enough of it.
Let's let it happen. Let's do this, because I want everybody to be in when we talk to you. Because let's bring in Miss Shani Scott. Let's bring in the real Selena J. And when Jerry is up, let's get Jerry in there. Her name is Sherelle E. Thomas. She is here today to debunk some sexual myths.
Okay. All ready.
You guys feel free to chime in as well, like if you have any.
Okay, because I'm well versed. I've been having sex a long time.
All right, you gotta tell me what you got. Maybe you can teach me a thing or two.
No, hey, you stay over there. All right.
You are hilarious.
I did see you do that video though, where you were showing women how to ride. With it meant they wouldn't hurt their knees.
Yeah. It definitely helps.
I say women just lazy.
It's not lazy. That hurt.
Sure do, especially when you got water on the knee, Rodney. Come on, huh?
You got fluid around your knee.
Got water on the knee, baby.
Shannon Scott ain't got no water on her knee.
I don't.
Do your knees hurt? Do you have a problem riding with your knees, Shawnee Scott?
Well, no, but I guess I don't know. I'd have to see your video to see what position you're actually in.
Look up, pull up a page, Shannon Scott. All right, let's start it off. Go ahead, Sherelle. Give it to me.
All right, so I want you guys to tell me, is this the truth or not? Like, is it a myth or a fact? But you can't. If a guy pull out, you don't have to worry about getting pregnant.
Jerry the Great.
What I heard was you can't get pregnant. If you did, them ain't the babies you want. They come out a little. That's what they say. That's what they say.
What's that?
That's how they come out.
All right, Selena J, what's your thoughts? If you pull out, you good or not?
Yeah, I'm good if you pull out.
No, the question is, if you pull out, can you get pregnant, right?
Oh, that was the question. Okay, I was kind of lost. If you still could get pregnant because some of that could sip on in there, and you still could get pregnant. All it takes is a drop. Y'all know that.
What about you, Shani? What you think?
I think, just because they pull out don't mean you can't get pregnant.
Rodney?
Well, I got some of the most powerful semen in the world, so I know for a fact. If I'm anywhere, I'm anywhere around the vagina. But if the short answer is you can get, and that come out before everything come out.
Say that again. You froze.
Huh?
You
say that again. It froze.
Oh, I said you can get pregnant off pre-seminal fluid, which comes out before you even ejaculate.
Yep. Right. That's the accuracy. Yes. So it is a myth that you cannot get pregnant from pre-ejaculation. You can get pregnant from pre-ejaculation. My first son was actually conceived from pre-ejaculation. He didn't even finish. So when I went to the doctor and he was like, "You're pregnant," I'm like, "How?" But I learned the hard way. So that's one.
Now hold on. Let me ask you this. So, so you pull out, you shoot the air, right? But you could be already. It could be already over.
Yeah, pretty much.
You do lessen your chance of getting pregnant, no?
Lessen it, yeah, definitely. Because if you leave it all in there, then that's like overflow. But if you take some of it out, it decreases the odds. However, you can still get pregnant from pre-ejaculation.
Oh, goodness gracious. Okay.
That just didn't make sense to me.
What, the pre-ejaculation?
Yeah. Because if you, if it kind of, hit you like that, it's down off up in there.
Only take one.
That's it. Just a little bit.
See, all that in between stuff, it none of that matters to me. If you having sex and he want to pull out real quick, he ain't quicker than the sperm. He ain't quicker than it. He ain't quicker than it. Is that right? Quicker than it? Quicker than it.
All right, what else we got?
All right, the next one is men think about sex every 7 seconds.
Yeah, I believe that.
7 seconds?
7 seconds.
Jesus. What were you doing with that day? I gotta work. 7?
I believe that. I believe that.
You want to
Johnny, what you think?
I don't know. Every 7 seconds? I think they think about it a lot, but every 7 seconds, I don't know.
Yeah.
Every 7 seconds.
Every 7.
Yeah. There was something on the internet that what you think, Rodney, before I answer?
Men think about sex every 7 seconds. All men?
Right now, there you go again.
Pretty much. Majority.
I'm gonna say yes, that's true.
You think so? It's not. It's a myth.
Okay.
They think about it a lot, but not every 7 seconds.
Yeah.
Every 7 seconds, I think it's like 8,000 a day, 8,000 thoughts a day. but it's more like 1,900 thoughts a day. Like that.
Hold on, one more time. Yeah. That's you
Yeah,
right there.
that's accurate. I love it.
I mean,
another one is you can have a heart attack from having sex.
I heard
that's
about it.
True.
believe that.
That's true.
Richard Pryor said his daddy
like
came and went at the same time.
Wait,
What?
Go ahead, Jerry. What you say?
No, I had a grandfather who passed away in the act on top of.
Oh wow.
You had a heart attack?
Yep.
Wow.
Now I don't know if it was because of the sex, but I do know, like Uncle Rodney just said, came and went same day.
Now, I will say this: sex doesn't cause heart attacks, but if you got a bad heart and you having sex, you can check the hell out.
Yep, that is correct. So having sex actually decreases your odds of heart disease. However, just like Rodney said, if you already have a bad heart, you can have a heart attack from having sex while having sex because of the bad heart. But if you have if you have it on a regular, it decreases the odds of having the heart disease. Does that make sense?
I guess.
So you saying if you it's best to keep, have more sex?
Yes. As long as you have, like that improves your overall health. It helps in a number of different ways.
Right. So, and when you think of heart disease, you thinking your blood flow is jacked up. You thinking you probably got a weak erection. And so if you maintain a really good erection and you in there, doing your thug thizzle, you probably pretty healthy.
Yeah.
What we doing?
Really?
This is the video I saw.
Yeah, there we go.
Put it on mute. So she telling you right there. That's how you do your thing. I don't know why you gotta look all around the room.
Where should I look? At the camera? I'm shy. Yeah. I'm camera shy. That's why.
But now this don't really work though, does it?
Yeah, that worked, Rodney.
It does.
That worked. I know about that.
That video about 10 seconds, and that's how long y'all be up there too, for about 10 seconds.
Now, what I like to do with them pillows, I lay my lady down, put them pillows up under her, and give me a little prop up, and then I goes in there that way.
Yes. Because what it actually does, it puts you at an angle to hit that G spot, like all those different spots. Yes, it's amazing. Got to stay focused, but yes, it is a great thing. Missionary, prop that pillow up, prop her hips up.
See that?
Feel more, you go deeper, all of that good stuff.
I'm finna write that down.
See, you know what?
What kind of pillow?
She absolutely right, because see, I'm from the old school and we already was doing that. So I should have made a video back then.
Make one now.
I'm telling you, because the water on the knees, I came up with that invention myself.
Is that right?
Yeah.
How you do that?
How you do what?
How you get the water on your knees?
I don't know. That's just what they say, Rodney. I guess when your knees hurt, you can't be Megan Thee Stallion, so you just say you got water on the knees.
Oh my God, you so silly, girl. All right, give me a couple more.
Okay, when a woman squirts, she's actually peeing. Is that myth or true?
That's a myth.
That's a myth. Yeah.
That's a myth, because I heard I follow you and I heard you talk about that. Not that I know personally that you said that or something.
Let me jump in here.
Rodney.
I'm gonna push back a little bit, ladies.
Okay.
There is a small amount of urine in that squirt. It's not full pee, but it's some pee in there.
It's pee in there if you do not empty your bladder beforehand. Now, if you been chugging water all day, you go to have sex, you ain't peed at all, you go to have sex, you're getting stimulated, it's gonna come out. in those cases, yes, it is urine in it. However, you empty your bladder beforehand. What actually happens is the Skene's gland is filled with fluid. It's a clear fluid. And with that stimulation and all of that good stuff, it gushes out through the urethra the same way the pee comes out. The same area.
But it's something else. It's not urine.
No, it's not. It's not urine.
Now, let me ask you this, Sherelle.
Yeah.
Some women are creamy and some women are clear. What makes the difference?
That's a great question. I personally was always taught. Now, this is just my belief. This is not science. This is not statistics. This is a biased opinion.
Okay.
But for me, I shun against creamy liquid because a creamy liquid, to me, this is what I've been taught all my life, that the pH balance is off. I personally prefer clear, thin. We going that route. Now, that's why I say it's my opinion. This is not science. This is not statistics, all of that good stuff. Science says that it's normal. For me, in my mind,
if you're lactose intolerant, you stay away from that cream.
Exactly. It's too close to yeast infections. It's too close to bacteria, vaginosis, like all of that. I don't want no parts.
Go ahead, Selena J. What you thinking?
Baby, when she said cream, I knew then. I said, yeah, you funky. Because that pH off. You see what I'm saying? Because you creamy, you funky. You got to get that pH together. I'm just saying.
Honey, that can't be true, is it?
I mean, well, the little stuff they say, according to my OBGYN, yeah, that's a problem. Yeah. Something, it's not. Something is wrong. That's happening.
Hey, Jerry, have you ever seen it either way?
I seen a swish roll before. I saw it come out a little swish roll, and I ain't know. I was like, "Oh, this is all right." I was rubbing it, and it foamed up on my finger. And I also had something that smelled like a little Hennessy. So I don't know if that's because she ain't empty out the bladder. Or
what it smell like?
A little Hennessy. A little bit of Hennessy with Coke.
And Coke.
And Coke, yeah.
Wow, that's interesting. All right, let's go. Go ahead, Doc. Go ahead, Sharon.
Another one is that not all women can squirt.
Every woman can squirt.
That's your answer.
I think so. Yeah.
Jerry, what you think?
I think so. I think some of them might be scared because it feel like pee, maybe.
They scared? I don't think you can stop it.
You can't.
Some women got mental blocks though. Yeah. Selena J, what's your thoughts?
I'm gonna say that every woman can.
Every woman can. If you have a properly functioning urethra, a Skene's gland, the right stimulation and penetration, every woman can squirt. Oh, and without the mental block, because that play a major part as well.
See, that's why I said that. That's why I said I don't think every woman can. Cause see, we be thinking about what kind of shoes we gonna wear. Did the kids get picked up? We got other shit on our minds sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh God.
And you know what? One thing I forgot to add about the creamy and the cream pie, like what they call it. In porn, they actually take vaginal suppositories and put it up there to make it look like it's natural and to make it look like this is how her body is naturally responding. It's actually something in there that they actually do. But another thing to think about too is think about saliva, right? How your spit, the quality of it can determine if you have bad breath, there's a different type of texture in your mouth and so on and so forth. And kind of think of the vagina being the same way. When your mouth is nice, fresh, and healthy, you got clear spit, coming out. But when you sick, what is it? It's mucus. It's thick. Exactly. It's a different color. And it's the same thing with the vagina. So that's something to keep in mind as well. But the next one is if you're good in bed, you have to have a lot of partners in order to be good in bed.
That's true.
That's true.
That's true.
I feel like I just told on myself.
I mean, because I ain't had that many, and I had to really think about that. I said, yeah, you gotta do a lot of fucking to be good. Be good. You do. If you, because one, you only know one position. And that's S straight.
S straight. What's that? What's S straight?
Ministrate.
Missionary.
Yeah.
You said ministry. That's
Johnny Scott, is that can't be true?
I don't think so.
Uh-uh.
What do I know? I'm not the expert, so
You are not.
What you think?
I'm not.
I'm indifferent. I think that when you do a survey, you got to get multiple different people to, you know, get your good results. But you ain't gotta survey the world. In my opinion.
Well, what's the question again?
You have to have a lot of sex partners in order to be good in bed.
Not necessarily, but if you do, you probably are.
You think so? Okay.
I know so. I've been in these streets for a while.
Wow. Yeah, that's in my book, that's a myth. And you know, studies and stuff like that. I was with my
now, what's a lot? What's considered a lot?
like an open door, like a revolving door, like that.
I mean, you know, hoe, but you definitely gotta be. You definitely gotta have. If you're a woman, you should have at least 5.
You should have at least 5.
Absolutely.
So wait a minute, let me back up. No, I have to disagree with that because with my husband, he was my third. I was with him for 13 years and the sex was amazing. And I understand that's because I study it and so on and so forth.
You still with him?
No, we divorced.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. You needed 2 more.
In order to be good, but I was good then. So how do you take my qualifications?
I'm just saying, you say you was good, but we ain't check with him.
Oh, that's what it is, huh?
You might have thought you was killing the game, and he's like this, really? Okay.
Again, here go the knees. Here she come with that pillow with them knees again.
That pillow again. Come on, pillow. Come on, pillow square.
Whatever. All right.
Hey, y'all, we got to take a break. Thank you so much, Sherelle Thomas, for the morning quickie. We'll be right back in a few minutes. That was great. We'll talk to y'all in a minute.
Get ready for America's #1 funny man. What? Hey. Make some noise. Ladies and gentlemen, from LA to New York, Chicago to Mississippi, let's give it up for America's #1 funny man, Rodney.
We are back. My name is Rodney Perry. You're tuning to Rodney Perry Live. What is that? Oh, that's really not. Know what that is. Welcome to the show. I thoroughly enjoy talking to you guys every day. I think we made Shawnee Scott a little uncomfortable with that last segment. Is that true, Shawnee Scott?
No, I was not uncomfortable. I wasn't uncomfortable. That's just not one of those topics that I go in on. That's all. I know you used to seeing me a little bit more passionate about some things.
I don't want to see you that passionate. Joining us, we didn't get to intro him properly. Jerry the Great is with us today. What's up, Jerry?
Uncle Rodney, how is it going? I want to apologize, first of all. I'm never late. We just moved into a new house, and I don't know nothing that. So I thought I had everything packed and ready. I came in here to sit down. I don't know my phone, my setup. So I apologize. That's me. Good morning, Shawnee Scott. Nice to meet you.
Good morning,
I can't thank you enough for coming on, man. I've been watching you grow comedically over these past, 8 or 9 years, man. So it's no problem, man. You thank you for making it.
Absolutely.
And,
I appreciate you for having me.
Hey, man, talk to me about the podcast, bro.
Yeah, we do a podcast called The Dignified Delinquents. We trend every week in the Apple Podcast charts. It's sophisticated ignorance. We talking about things that when you graduated college or when you went into the workforce, you had to become this person who was so professional and growing my career. But at a point in time, I was like, man, I can do both. I can be who I really am and be this professional person at work. I'm a dignified delinquent. So we talk about things in a professional yet delinquent way. Every week, my co-host.
I pride myself in being professionally delinquent as well.
Yeah. So my co-host Vanessa Breeze, we come on every week. We talk about things happening in the world and how they affect us in a comedic way. We've been doing it now for about a good 6 years. So man, we're in a real good space with it.
Man, that is very dope, man. And of course, we only been going here for a few weeks, man. But it's an honor to have you on, bro. I really appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, the queen of the sunglasses. She's raised up prices. Yesterday's prices are not today's prices. She is the real Selena J. Welcome to the show, sis.
Welcome. I'm definitely dignified delinquent. Definitely. How you doing, Jimmy?
Glad to say it.
Yeah, man. Hey, Miss Selena, I can't thank you enough for coming on. You tickle me all to be damned. Every day.
Just saying.
Matter of fact, even when you be in the little comments talking to me, you still be cracking me up. Thank you guys for tuning in today. I'm sorry.
I just want to make people laugh, Rodney. It don't matter.
Yeah, I love it. I'm waiting for a glass change.
Yeah, you're right.
It's about time.
Yeah.
Let's do this. Let's get into entertainment. Shawnee Scott, what you got?
Okay, well, I got some sad news, and then I have some, I guess, interesting news. Segueing off of our sexpert, talking about these knees and these Meg Thee Stallion knees. So Megan Thee Stallion has been trending on social media because she blessed us all. I guess I should say blessed us all with her twerking skills on Instagram. I don't quite know anybody that can twerk like that and that actually puts that much time into twerking and gyrating their body.
Are you gonna play it?
Rodney wants to see it, okay? Because I looked at it. I watch it so I could practice.
You practice? You be trying to do the stuff.
I'm just saying you ain't got to play it. You got to play the sound, but I think that my audience, your audience, the Great Media 360, Selena J definitely want to see it. Jerry, I know you want to see it. I don't watch this type of stuff, but
oh really?
We are hard hitting news, and I want to take the time out to show the people what's trending and what you can look forward to in the world.
With Megan Thee Stallion, okay, let's get Megan Thee Stallion.
And if you need a picture of it, you can go to my page.
Your IG, you got it on there?
I have a version of it, yes.
Okay. Well, let's go to yours because I can't even remember her Instagram page.
She is THEE Stallion.
Okay.
Now he don't watch it though. He don't watch it.
No, ain't nobody got time for that. Nobody got time to be looking at a page like that. But if you want to know where it is.
Okay, let's look at Rodney's page.
There's a link on my page to it.
Yeah. Rodney know.
Yeah, Rodney know, but he don't be watching stuff like this.
Nobody got time to watch it. That one right there, I think. Wow, that's the first video up. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Well, I got a heart right there.
I did that.
Oh.
Well, yeah, because if we show all of that, then we might have some issues.
It was graphic. It was pretty graphic. And Instagram will shut you down. So I put the heart over it. But if you look to the side like that, you can actually see it.
Yeah, she doing a lot.
Well, I
so you be practicing that?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yes, baby. Yes.
Go ahead, hit it, Selena.
Hold on. Let me scoot the camera back.
I'm joking.
Be careful with that fluid.
I'm joking.
Oh,
Are you joking?
I'm joking.
Oh, because baby,
No,
I'll do that.
she posted that video, and then she posted another video dancing on one of her girlfriends. And it's got 2 million views.
That's the one I saw then, because she was dancing on somebody's knee.
She danced on the other girl's knee, and the other one is she like was on the arm of a couch. And I mean, she young, you know, so she should be. But I believe Shiny Sky and Selena can do it.
No, I can't do it.
I can't. I got three daughters that teaches me.
I ain't even trying to do it.
All right, what else we got?
Sad news. You know, Big Boy of Outkast. Well,
I know I saw this.
He and his wife have filed for divorce.
I didn't know that.
After 20 years of marriage. Yes. Big Boy and his wife. And I love Big Boy. Love his wife. I thought they were such a what you don't know what be going on inside of people's marriages and where they are. So people have to do. The understanding is that it's an easy divorce. Ain't nobody being ugly. You know, they've been living apart for a while now, and I guess they just decided to go ahead and end it. Now they split up before and then got back together.
Right,
but didn't work.
I think they should be approaching empty nesters too. I mean, if they're not already.
I don't know how old their kids are. I mean, they've been married 20 years, so if they're not, if they're not out the house, they should be on their way out of the house. Then I don't know if he had kids with her before.
Blessings to them, man. I mean, they've been together for 2 decades is a long time in Hollywood to navigate marriage. And wow. Oh, Candace says he filed.
Oh wow.
Well, sometimes it's depending on if they getting along divorcing, because we went through some of that. I filed for the divorce for certain reasons. I mean, which I'm the one that wanted to divorce in my case, but when we got to that part, there were things that was because it's a judgment against you.
Right. So
at the time there were some things that I was involved in, and I didn't need no judgment against me. So
there you go.
If they're on the same page, then it's probably if they agreed, then it's cool. It's whatever.
All right. What's next?
Also in the news today at noon, Ketanji, I hope I'm saying her name right. I always mess our new Supreme Court Justice's name, and today she's going to.
That's it. You got it right.
Ketanji. These names.
Also, she swore in today.
She's today at noon.
Charlie talked about that as well in terms of, even with her being sworn in, we still don't have the numbers to overcome the conservative majority.
Yeah.
No, and it goes back to what we talked about with making sure you go at your local, at the local level. You gotta be in tune to, like the same way we sitting here doing entertainment guys news. You gotta be that much into your politics to know what's going on and how it's gonna affect you and the people that come after you. Yeah.
I loved it. What else we got?
Now, it's very important. Does everybody on here have a will?
A who?
A will.
I just got one. I just got it.
And it needs to be updated. It needs to be filed. That's the other thing. It can't just be a document that you wrote and you have it in your house. And then if something happens to you, they wrote this will, because anybody can do that. You got to make sure that you go through the proper legal steps to protect those.
It needs to be notarized too, right?
Right. Yeah. So you definitely want to get with an attorney to make sure you have all those ducks in a row, because Chadwick Boseman did not have a will when he died.
Oh, wow.
Now, fortunately, his wife and parents are amicable and they're working through this, but the estate is going to be divided between, the parents and her. However, if he had a will, then there's more that they gotten, because they wouldn't have had to pay out all these extra expenses for this to happen legally.
Wow.
Did he have a prenup too?
I don't know if he had a prenup.
Okay.
Was his wife black? I don't know how to do it.
Yeah, she's
I
black.
don't know if she's. I don't know.
She
brown
black.
skin.
Yeah, she
but
brown
I
skin.
Selena said she's black. That's all I want to know. Wow, but I'm glad you said that. I don't have a will, but I'm gonna get me one, man, because you want your wishes to be to be heard, posthumously.
Yeah, because she was in charge of the estate, but then when it came down to dividing it up, since there was no will that was filed, they have to split it all up. But my understanding is that she's not like, I don't want to give his parents nothing. It's not like that. She's like, okay, but they lost a lot of money. They could have gotten more because I believe they're getting 2.3 million each.
Oh, wow.
So
but a lot was lost in court costs and all these other things that go on because the will wasn't put in place. And it really doesn't take that long. You should also have a directive too. Like in the event you go to the hospital, you let's say you have a car accident or you're unable to communicate when you're in the hospital, you have that directive filled out. It says who can speak on your behalf, who can come in, because they get real funny about people that are not non-family members. If you're not married and you're with a person that is your mate or your life partner, if they come up there and say, oh, I'm the girlfriend, I'm the boyfriend, they're not letting them in. But if you have the directive, then that will explain what needs to happen. Who can make decisions for you when you're in your incapacitated state? All that is important. We don't like to think about death, but it's something that we need to think about.
It is absolutely the inevitable. And I know Tommy Ford was a friend of mine, and he had moved on with another young lady, but his wife ended up making all his final decisions because they was never divorced. And I don't know if she made the best decisions in all cases, because it could have been there was a choice to keep him on a ventilator for a certain amount of time, and she chose to let him go. And maybe he survives if she doesn't do that. I don't know.
Yeah, that was sad. That was real sad. It's crazy. Also in entertainment news, Nene Leakes. Okay, she has this a discrimination lawsuit against Bravo and Andy Cohen.
Yes.
So yesterday, 2 days ago, another judge granted both parties a 5-day extension after the defendants requested more time to negotiate the heated dispute. Now they got to August 19 to hash out their legal differences. And Nene is like, I'm not letting it rest. You need to give me what you owe me, and we're not going to accept this kind of treatment. No word back from Andy Cohen and Bravo on how they feel about it. I guess they don't want to say anything about it. But what I didn't understand is, how did it become a lawsuit of discrimination?
I mean, well, the idea, I think it is that show is really the flagship of the network, and they start pumping up those other caucus shows, and Nene took exception with that. Now she's not in the franchise no more, and so she's really what they was built around. So she just want her money, and I think she's gonna get it.
Well, the first show that they put out on Bravo for the Housewives was the Housewives of Orange County.
Right. That show didn't do that. It didn't do what the Atlanta show did.
Well, yeah, years later. And so Nene is wanting more money. Okay. Yeah. I see. But Nene has to stay in the news. She got
the girls in Atlanta really set that franchise off.
Absolutely.
Really it did. I didn't know nothing about any other franchise. I didn't. I thought the other ones came from after her, the Atlanta.
No, Shani's right. Orange County was first.
Orange County was first.
Until they got them peaches up in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I watched Orange County and I was addicted then. Then when they added Atlanta, I was like, okay. And then they started adding each other city after that. I liked Orange County. Orange County, I was hooked. But I did prefer Atlanta over any of the others. Even when they added the Real Housewives of Potomac.
Yeah.
To me, that one the girls in Atlanta, were more entertaining. I wanted to know more about their stories, but Potomac, they were kind of boring to me, really.
Yeah. All right. How many more you got?
Well, the only other thing really that's big news is this R. Kelly story, and we kind of talked about that with Charlie earlier. So the only thing next for R. Kelly, my question is, he got the 30 years, but how many years does he really have to do?
He got to do 30 right now. If he don't, what did Charlie say? If he don't, what's the word I'm looking for? If he don't challenge that ruling, he gonna do 30 years. Yep. So, it's already a long ass fight.
Yeah, 30 years. That's a long time. He already 55, so he gonna be there till he 80.
I sincerely hope not, but I get it if he does.
Yeah.
How about this? 50 Cent. 50 Cent. His baby mama was pictured with Diddy. Now we talk about Diddy every day.
I know which one. Let's see.
The one I can't think of her name. I didn't write her name down.
The youngest baby or the oldest baby or the big boy?
This child is a kid.
Okay, so that's his
she's like a Latin looking girl.
Yeah, she's Asian or something.
But 50 didn't even go at him like that. He said, me and Puff might have issues over business, but we do not have issues over women. And for a guy that's usually pretty petty, they said, him taking this high road was really unprecedented.
What? I mean, but it's like, didn't he have that same issue with the boxer Floyd Mayweather? One of his girlfriends was with Floyd, and he made the comment then, well, somebody got to be with him, but he used a different word. He used a different word. I don't think he cared when he done.
I mean, he definitely is bros before hoes, I guess, when it comes to that.
Here's a picture of all three of them. Let me put this up here. There's a picture of all three of them. Yeah, this is the little boy that you see on his social media now all the time. This is his mom. Let's see, is this it? No, that's not it. There we go. Here we go. So you can see what she does. She's a pretty girl. I mean, but Diddy is, I guess the question is, how does Carisha feel about this?
Diddy don't care what that little girl think. I'm telling you, I told you that yesterday.
She got a sign say, "Go on, Poppy."
Right.
Keep going.
Hey, I saw another show. They was talking about that too. It's like, where did she get the sign from? She didn't carry it in on the red carpet.
Somebody had it for her. Somebody had it for her.
She had a marker in her purse.
Well, who was the girl that kept tapping her like, bitch, sit down? Sit down.
That's JT. That's her bandmate. Oh, I'm sorry, Rodney.
That's a good friend right there. That's a good friend, what you call that.
Why?
Yeah,
why we say
tapping her?
Sit your dumb ass down. The camera on you. What he was trying to say.
Yo, did y'all see this one about the Burger King employee? His daughter put up a GoFundMe, and so he's a Burger King employee. He had to take a day off for 27 years. They give him a little gift bag, like, thank you.
Yeah.
And he wasn't tripping, but they got the story out, and now he's made over $200,000 on the GoFundMe.
Yeah.
What?
He might have missed the day in 27 days. He might have been there every day 27 days, but the day that check cash, his ass ain't showing up. I can guarantee that.
He better not.
He better not.
All right.
Hey, Rodney, I'm sorry, but I wanted to touch on that story about the guy that the father that brought the McDonald's meal to the one child.
Yes, what's your thoughts?
My thought is that I wouldn't have been mad at him. I would have went on, took the McDonald's, me being the mama, and I'd have ate it. And I'd have gave the kid, I'd have already had the kids a little Roman noodles to the side. You see what I'm saying? Problem
Right.
solved.
So then the babies, they got to argue over the food. You eat the food and get them some top
They ain't
ramen.
gonna never see the food, Rodney. They ain't gonna never see it. I wouldn't disturb my children like that. I gonna take that McDonald's from him and gonna eat it myself, because it wasn't nothing but a 6-piece nugget. See what I'm saying?
All it was.
And I'd already had my kids something else. You see what I'm saying? That's just a real G, mama. You see what I'm saying?
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that at all.
Or you could have stretched it. You could have chopped them nuggets up and
You had 25 nuggets. Hey, my name is Rodney Perry. You're tuning in to Rodney Perry Live. We're going to take a break. We come back. Our next guest is almost here. Let's go.
What up, y'all? It's Michael Sean. And I know you want to be a podcaster. You want a successful podcast. You want to give your views and opinions, but you just don't know how to do it correctly. That's why you got to hit up ShawneeScott.com. You want to be on radio, and you want to know how to build your radio career. ShawneeScott.com. She's done all of this. I've worked alongside her for years, and I will tell you the information that she can give you is on a value level that I can't even put a price on it. All you have to do is go to ShawneeScott.com. Your future, right now. That's it. Michael Sean. Yeah.
Are you ready to kick off your broadcasting career? Reach out to the homie, Shawnee Scott. And we're here at Media Room 360. Please join me on camera, Shawnee Scott. She is getting her hair together. How are you, Miss Shawnee Scott?
I am good. Can't complain. Getting ready for tomorrow.
What's tomorrow?
Tomorrow, I actually go on the road. I have an event out of town.
Is that the gala I've been seeing?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That sounds like a dope event.
Yeah, it's a mental awareness gala that they're having a fundraiser for, and I'm gonna go and do the opening.
That should be incredible. Let's welcome the real Selena J and Jerry the Great. Selena J. What we gonna see you next, Selena J?
Well, actually, I'm gonna be at the Uptown tonight. Going up there with a couple of people that's gonna be opening it tonight. So your girl gonna be up there.
Nice. Tonight, Thursday, so you there for the weekend?
Not the whole weekend, just tonight.
Okay. That's dope. Jerry the Great, I see you down there killing them in Jacks.
Yes, sir. We just did a couple of shows with Matt Rife last weekend. Really cool dude. Shout out to Matt.
I've known Matt Rife his whole career. I told Matt Rife, pack his stuff and get the hell out of Atlanta.
Great dude, though. Really good dude. Really good dude.
Yeah, nice guy.
And funny. Yeah. So we securing some dates for the podcast live show. We do a live comedy podcast. So we getting Jacksonville on the books and Atlanta on the books. So I'm working on that this week, getting those dates lined up so we can.
So what do y'all do live? What do y'all do live?
We do the show live in a comedic way. So I come out, I do about 15 minutes of stand up, then I bring the co-host out, and then we go into topics. We bring the audience into it. We bring them on the stage. We do karaoke. I do a backflip if I need to make you. We gonna make you laugh before you get up out of that.
Right.
I love that, man.
I want to come see that.
Yeah. You know, maybe we can figure that out. We'll do the Rodney Perry live.
Yeah.
But we got so many co-hosts we've had over the years, so we can have a lot of different people. So that could be really great. I like that idea, Jerry, man. I think that's a good thing, man. Especially as you build a clientele. Are you on what platforms can we watch it?
You can watch the show on YouTube, and then you can listen anywhere podcasts are played. So Uncle Rodney, man, you the one that gave me the advice that was during quarantine. You was like, man, you can do what you're doing from anywhere. Like, you ain't gotta pack up. He was like, if you don't get to work, you might not remember this. I know everybody come to you for advice, so you might not remember.
I do, as you saying it, I can see myself saying it.
And you hung up the phone so quick. Uncle Rodney got the phone with you in a heartbeat. Hold on, I got to blink. I'm gonna call you back.
Yes, he will.
Yes, he will. But wait, okay.
What happened?
That's how you hang up the phone. You're like, I gotta go by. Like, wait, and you click.
Man,
I gotta go blink real quick.
In my mind, I be going through the whole goodbye. But it must not be, because y'all not the only people that say that. My kids be like, "Daddy, you hung my face." I'm like, I'm sorry.
You better have your questions written down and ready. Cause if
my mind just be moved on to the next thing.
Man, I be like, damn, I meant to ask him. Well, ain't no sense of calling him back, cause he figured he'd already answered your shit for the day.
Goodness gracious. So wait, also, well, I do vaguely remember that. I do vaguely remember that.
Because we were talking about writing, and
yes,
and man, you told me this. You was like, man, just shoot it yourself, do the work. And from that, I got a I don't want to say a deal, but somebody read it. They paid me a lot of money for that script, and I was like, God damn it, Uncle Rodney.
Come on, dog.
Uncle Rodney was right. So that's
something, man. That's a blessing, dude. I'm so happy for you. That's a real good look. I mean, and as we navigate this business and this life, sometimes you don't know what's coming, and so you just gotta do the work. Like, one of the reasons I wanted to do this show is I wanted to be able to. You can tell people you can do it, but it's better to show them.
Yeah.
And they can see a daily that you're willing to put the daily work in that it takes to get a show done. And this lady right here, Media Room 360, Miss Shani Scott, she does this show. She does Mike Sean in the Morning Takeover. She does a show after this. It does a show at midnight to 4 a.m. And it's like, it's incredible. And it's like, she's creating a network, and I'm a friend and a fan. So I'm glad to watch.
Thank you.
Also, thank you to Candace, who does our booking. She's been killing it. Been killing our booking, and it was a lot for me. I tried to do it myself, and it's just a lot. I mean, you think we're booking 2 people a day every day, and then another 2 people a day every day. So we're looking at 4 people a day times 300 some days a year. That's what. That's
He's awesome.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. And so we got some great people coming down the pipe. Super excited for my guest today as she makes her way to us. Let's do this, Shani Scott. Let's take a break. We come back. Our guest should be in the building.
Okay.
It came out of nowhere, right?
Want your book or music to be published? Skip the confusion and rejections from others. Let bepublished.org publish and promote your work for less. Bepublished.org handles it all, from cover design to worldwide distribution, with high quality and fast turnaround. You even keep rights and royalties.
Everything was perfect. You made my dream come true. My book and CD look so good.
Call 972-880-8316 now. Bepublished.org. 972-880-8316.
This one's for the real ballers and shot callers, the sisterhood of women in tech. They're discovering cures, building apps, and programming the blockchain. They're CEOs, worldwide hustlers who can make it rain. They're tearing down the old boys club and seeing big gains. Because when women in tech come together, you know they make that change.
What do an aerospace engineer, cancer immunologist, and bat scientist all have in common? We all have cool jobs in STEM fields. Whether it's building robots or learning to code, girls everywhere are finding their passion for science, technology, engineering, and math through positive role models and mentors. So dare to dive in, get connected, and explore. You never know what your future may hold. Learn more about these and even more cool jobs at shecanstem.com.
We are back in full effect. It is your boy Rodney Perry. Shiny Scott.
Mm-hmm.
What you eat last night?
Tamales. Tamales. I went to Walmart and
did you make them or did you go somewhere and get them?
No, we went to Walmart. The girls wanted to pick up some stuff from Walmart, and there was a lady in the parking lot selling tamales. So
out of a bucket. They put them in the bucket.
Yeah, back of her car. Yeah,
I bet that suckers was good too. God dang,
they were so good, and she gave me her phone number, so I'm gonna be calling her.
I ain't never been a tamale person, because I don't like the masa, but I like I've had it like that, and it was good because it was fresh. But we had Mexican last night too. I had like a burrito, like a beef burrito or something like that.
Yeah. So I'm gonna be hitting her up because it's hard to find a good tamale person. There's plenty of them here, but some people freeze them. It's not the same. I don't make tamales. It's like that's
Jerry
like
the Great, Selena J, Shiny Scott on air. What is your favorite food?
It ain't tamales. I just Googled what the hell that was.
What is
it? I gotta go turkey wings. Turkey wings every time. Gravy, rice, cabbage, turkey wings.
Ooh, I might make some turkey wings tonight, boy. I
don't know.
Yeah.
Turkey wings, rice, cabbage, nice little brown gravy on it, season it good. You gonna have me.
Yeah. You know what? I might do some turkey wings. I'll brown that sucker up, throw it in the crock pot, let it do what it's gonna do.
That ain't a bad. If I had all this stuff out this house, I might cook something. I don't know nothing that. I ain't seen my dog in 2 days. I hope he's alive.
Oh wow.
Larry. Now are you still in Jacksonville, Jerry?
Still in Jacksonville. Yep, we stayed in Jax.
And Selena J is in Atlanta. I'm in Atlanta, and
I'm in Dallas.
Shiny Scott is in Dallas.
Ooh, they got the best food down there.
Now, Houston got, how about this, Jerry? Have you heard this? Houston got a stuffed turkey leg.
Yeah.
The turkey leg hut or just
yes.
Yeah, you got turkey leg hut. We got turkey leg hut here. Nice.
But you got to then get financing before you can even go in there and eat their food.
How much cost?
Credit.
Really?
They want you to put a deposit down, like a $200 deposit. You gotta go towards that. I said, I ain't never had no damn turkey wing that was $200 good.
Come on now.
You got to finance to go into the turkey leg hut. I don't know the last time you've been. Like, it's easier to get a car.
Turkey leg.
Have you had it, Shani?
No, I haven't. Because every time I've been by there, Houston was the first one that I saw. I was down there one time. The line was too long, and then but they have a turkey leg paradise right down the street from me.
Perfect. Oh, they known for the turkey legs down there, then, huh?
That's for sure.
They all right.
Let me tell you what I like.
Stop right there. Stop right there, ladies and gentlemen. One of the dopest ladies in the business. I've had the pleasure of sharing the screen with her. She's a fabulous actress, but the world knows her as a world-renowned producer, singer, vocalist. She's sitting in a fly-ass chair. Welcome to the show, the Angie Stone.
Oh my God.
Hey, what's up? Thank you.
How you doing, Miss Angie?
I'm good. How about you guys?
Man, all right, man. I cannot thank you for coming on enough. They tell me you got new music you about to hit us in the face with.
Well, I'm doing a bunch of new little things. I was about to retire and, let it go. But I think I got one more in me. So I think I'm going to go ahead and try to do some new stuff and basically working on television and trying to produce and create and, how we do.
Hey, how we do it?
We're in survival mode.
Hey, you know what, Angie, man? I mean, you're such a the consummate professional, whether you're acting or creating in the studio. How have you had such great longevity in this game, man?
Well, my thing has been focus. I must never forget who gave me the platform, and that's God. And because I always, that's my mantra. I walk very closely with God, and I don't care what people think about me or say about me. I just don't care. It's what has protected me all these years. I've been in business over 40 years. Got a lot of haters, a lot of lovers, and all of that kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, I got one solid friend, and that's Jesus.
Come
And
on now.
at the end of the day, that's how I maintain when things get stale on the side. One thing I didn't never want to do, and I ain't gonna call no one group name because there's many of them old groups that wear them pink suits and them blue suits and green suits. You can't come up 20 years later with them same blue green suits on now. So I always made it a fact to change with the times.
Wow, I love that. We know you as a singer, but you are a pioneer in the hip hop game.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
that was my very beginning.
Yes, tell us about it.
Yeah, I was with the first female rap group called The Sequence. I was Angie B at the time. Cheryl the Pearl and Blondie was my partners. We had a song called Funk You Up on the Sugar Hill label. We were the second group to be released on the Sugar Hill label, Sugar Hill Gang being the first group. And we were the first female group to be released worldwide. They would never ever like to credit The Sequence as being the first female rap group, but the truth is, it's in history. You can Google it, you can look it up, because New York obviously feels like they invented hip hop, and I ain't mad at none of that. But there are other places in the world that had the same kind of thing going on, and we just happen to be those chicks down south that brought it all the way home. So I always give people their props for their community circle they love and they live in, and I applaud every female or male that has done it. But I really, really don't like the fact that they don't consider what we did a contribution to hip hop when it was the main contribution to female hip hop.
Wow. There goes the picture. And how about this? Did you have a sense of the history you were making at that moment?
Yes, because I asked Sylvia Robinson at the time, can I sing on the song? Because I knew in time I wanted to sing. And I said, nobody's singing on these hip hop records. And what I did was, if you look at Dr. Dre's Keep Your Head Ringing, they did exactly what we did. I did a part in the song and go, hey, you sitting over there, you better get up out of your chair. And I started singing. And as a result, as time went on, the next dopest singer that hit the hip hop era was Lauryn Hill. And she actually accredits what we did to something that she respected. And for that, I mean, I'm very grateful.
Wow, that is so awesome to me, man. Angie Stone, singer, actress. Can I talk to Angie Stone, the actress?
Oh yeah.
I had a chance to watch you work and to be on set with you. You're such a pro, sis. Like, when did you have time to get good at that too?
Well, before I became a singer, I was a student in school, high school. I was a actor, taking English. My English was my major, and acting was a thing that I was really excited about, even before singing. I was a church girl, so I was singing in church, but my drive was acting. Yeah. I just, like Jamie Foxx, it flipped. I got the singing thing first. And I found myself struggling to get into acting. I'm like, I can do this. And it wasn't until Samuel Jackson and LaTanya said to me, you really can do this. And I really started taking it a little bit more seriously. So, nowadays, it looked like it was taking me forever to get greenlit. And our boy Tommy Ford, rest in peace. Tommy was a firm believer in my work. And so he stuck very close to me. Prior to dying, just keeping me working, him, Terry J. Vaughn, yourself, all of us just kind of like peas in a pod, making sure that we kept working in this tough industry. So I haven't gotten that big breakout role yet. I did Fighting Temptations and Girlfriends. I did a few episodes of Girlfriends. Had the Hot Chick, quite a few Moeshas and stuff like that. But that one breakout role that lets everybody know that I can really do this, I haven't gotten it yet. So I don't know that I ever will, but I'm grateful for the ones that I did get.
Wow, such a dope lady, man. You've been living a public life for a long time. What's the hardest part about being Angie Stone?
The hardest part about being Angie Stone for the world is me being me. The reason I say me being me is because I can't put on for nobody. I can't fake the funk. I can't walk around here bougie like I don't have problems. I can't walk around here like, you're beneath me. You know what I mean? I've had people tell me, oh, you got to, you see how they do this? You too nice, everybody. You too cool with everybody. I don't know how else to be because you can only fake the funk for a little while and in the real you're going to show up. So the hardest part is just people being okay with me being me.
Wow, man. Hey, y'all, this is Rodney Perry. You're tuning in to Rodney Perry Live. We're talking to the great Angie Stone. I want to bring my co-host in and get an opportunity to have a chat with you. Shani Scott is on air. The real Selena J, and of course, Mr. Jerry the Great. Selena, you have anything for Miss Angie Stone?
Yes. I'm just excited to see here to be here sitting with you.
Okay.
I listen to your music. I think you're a gorgeous woman. I think you're courageous. It's a lot of things that I thought about you and it made me just go forward on whatever I wanted to do in life. And then I was really happy to see you on on your show and talking about the situation with your daughter.
Oh.
That really helped me out a lot with my daughters.
Yeah. Many people have come to me because they've got the same problem. And I was really surprised to know that, a lot of people have that issue with their daughters. And the sad part about it is you don't ever see it coming. It kind of just boom. And one day it's right there. And I tried to grab a hold of, I got to remember I'm Angie Stone. I got to remember I'm in the public eye. I got to remember she's still my daughter. So, I realized, and you probably did too, sometimes less is more. You just don't say anything. Let them have their moment. Just don't say anything because life happens. And when life happens, I promise you, they will eventually run into that brick wall and see for themselves. You don't have to do a lot of talking.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Jerry, what you got for Miss Angie?
Yeah, absolutely. First of all, it's a pleasure. This is a surprise to me. I didn't know who the guest was, so when you popped on the screen, I was like, "Lord have mercy, I'm finna tell my mama." So, in 2001, you released your song "Brother," and I think for me that is one of the most iconic songs of just in R&B and soul history. Interesting time to release it in 2001, especially when that song is so potent here today, and we can listen to that every day with everything that's going on in the world. So what was going on for you in 2001 where you felt like I got to release this song to uplift these Black men?
Well, I think at that time, Scrubs and all that stuff was coming out. And it bothered me that as a people, we were shooting ourselves down in public. And I'm like, wait a minute, that's not the way that everybody feels. Because I had a dad, and I watched my dad struggle to be the man. I mean, he's the best dad in the world to me, but it was hard for him getting jobs. But nobody was there to see how hard he tried to get those jobs and how society knocked him down every time. Does that make him a scrub? Absolutely not. He provided meals. He did whatever was necessary that I might have a life. And my dad was not going to be a scrub. So I realized at that time I got to stand up for our men who are victims of circumstance. And as a result, I wanted to change the narrative because had we gotten gone with that, it would have been a battle of the sexes. And I just didn't want our music, our heritage, our legendary voices to be associated with the negative narrative. So Brother was adjacent to Say It Loud, I'm Black and I'm Proud. And I wanted to stand up for all our brothers, even the ones that were incarcerated, wrongly incarcerated. And, I'm just feeling the kind of way about a lot of that stuff when I think about Bill Cosby, when I think about R. Kelly, when I think about all these Black men that are getting railroaded, for things that were done centuries ago, which was a norm. And now it's become an abnorm, but a tool to hurt us, to break us down, to cut us off for where we're bound to go. It's the saddest thing I've ever seen. Yes, so that's why Brother was necessary.
Wow, Shani Scott, what you got for Miss Angie?
I just want to say thank you for coming on the show, and to that, because y'all have heard me be very vocal about some of the artists that I have met and how they treat people. And I met Miss Stone, I think about it 2 years ago, and she gave me her phone number. And every time I call her, she answers. She always answers. She'll have a conversation when we get to business and we make it happen. So I appreciate you being real and being that kind of mentor and available for me like Thank that. You. I appreciate Thank that. You.
I get fussed at a lot because my assistant say, you can't just give your phone number out there. But I'm a person that I thrive off of energy. And sometimes I get some bugaboos, but at the end of the day, I try to let people know that we're people too. And at the end of the day, we'll reach one, and you would hope that people just don't abuse it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking to Miss Angie Stone. Angie Stone, last question.
Yes.
What is your favorite Angie Stone joint?
My favorite Angie Stone joint. That's not a fair question. Well, I can tell you this. There's two that's kind of like the same thing. It's one song called Happy Being Me, because it was inspired from me loving me enough to take my hands off of everybody else's situation and just be okay with being me. The other song is called Take Everything In. And if you haven't heard it, it's the words for me. So I just think that, of course we can turn around and get with the ones that everybody loving, Brother, No More Rain, Wish I Didn't Miss You. But the ones that really hit home for me had a deeper purpose.
Wow, that's awesome, man. Yeah, I would have bet money you was gonna say one of them other hits. And
I know you say No More Rain or Wish I Didn't Miss You.
Yeah.
Take Everything In and Happy Being Me. As a matter of fact, Donald Lawrence did my song over. The song he did is Happy Being Me. That's my song. So I put it out, and 2 months later he redid it with his choir. What's the girl's name? Oh Jesus, the same. I forget her name. But anyway, if you Google Happy Being, not Leandria. Oh jeez, I'm sorry, sweetheart, I forgot her name. I'm sorry. Woo. You got to Google it. I'll figure it out. Anita. Anita Wilson.
Yes, ma'am.
She did it over. But I had just put it out, and I had done it in London. It was such a beautiful song, and it took a deep meaning for me. I had just come out of the hospital. I've just been diagnosed with congestive heart failure, and it was the first time I took a look at me, because I was giving of myself to everybody, pulling this and doing this, and it was just too much. And I had to stop and say, look at where I'm at. I'm laying up in a hospital bed. And I wrote that song, Happy Being Me. And I decided to change how I was walking and talking and doing what I was doing. And I realized that God gave me another chance.
Wow. Hey, she is not retired. New music is coming down the pipe. And Angie Stone, what should we look for next?
Look out for a new TV show called The House of Flav, which is something I just got greenlit. I'm super excited about it. It's a music-based show, and my co-host is Music Soul Child. All I can tell you is you're gonna love it. I think it's off the chain. My foundation, Angel Stripes, I will be coming to you all later on for some support. It's a foundation where I actually take care of the elderly and love on them a little bit because I think they get a bum rap. So
Indeed.
That's what I'm doing.
Agreed. Thank you, Angie Stone, ladies and gentlemen, the legendary herself. Wow. Hip hop legend, singing legend, acting legend. Thank you, Angie Stone. Love you, sis.
Thank you, guys. Have a wonderful day.
Wow.
I'm gonna call you, Angie.
All right, do that.
Hey y'all, my name is Rodney Perry. You're tuning in to Rodney Perry Live. That's our show for today. Wow, we just talked to Angie Stone.
It go by so fast.
I know. Angel.
Get ready for America's #1 funny man. What? Hey. Make some noise. Ladies and gentlemen, from LA to New York, Chicago to Mississippi, let's give it up for America's #1 funny man, Rodney.